Hey y'all, it's Amy, and I am here at Bellevue Vets with Kylan and Cody from Cincinnati Helicopters, and we are going to get to know them a little bit more and what they do, not only as for Cincinnati Helicopters, but what they also do for the community. Kylan is an incredible helicopter pilot, very skillful, and then Cody is one of the masters behind the scenes. Thank you guys for taking the time for talking with me and talking about what you guys do. What first drove you, like inspired you to become a helicopter pilot?
Okay, that's a great question, Amy. And I've been flying helicopters for a little over 12 years now. What really did it for me was I was down in the Gatlinburg area, about 20 years old, and decided to take one of those quick little tours they offer down there. I was just so enamored with it. I thought it was the coolest, most badass thing I've ever done. And I'm like, how do I do this? Like, what are the steps? How do I go about going from sitting in the passenger seat to the pilot seat?
Now, Cody, for someone who has never seen Cincinnati from a helicopter, what can they expect from one of your tours?
Like hold this.
You can hold it.
Cool. Just making sure. All right. Well, one of the first things you're going to see is the river, and you're going to see like the length of it and like how wide it is. Also, it looks really cool this time of the summer. Then after that, you're going to see the view of the city. You're going to come in through like the east side and then circle around for a minute. The buildings is probably my favorite part. The building in both the stadiums look really cool, especially on like a day a little bit before a Reds game. You get to see the whole city kind of coming out to watch the ball game.
That's awesome. And now I've had the opportunity to take one of your Christmas flights this past November, which I thought was awesome. And we went over the Cincinnati Zoo. The great time to see it was in a heated helicopter. What other tours do you offer with Cincinnati Helicopters?
100% it is, and that's just to speak on that for a moment. There is excellent heat during the winter months. That tends to be our slower months, and I think a lot of people don't realize that there is great heat inside the helicopter. So just out to all of you watching this, we fly in the winter. We've got heat. Come on out then too. To speak more on the Christmas flights that we do, we offer those typically from, it's going to be the weekend after Thanksgiving, all the way through the first weekend in January. We offer two different types of tours. The first one being downtown as our focal point, and then we head up the hill to the Clifton area, Coreyville, where the Cincinnati Zoo is, and you see that awesome display of the PNC Festival of Lights that you guys are probably used to seeing every year from the ground, but up top, whole different perspective. Amy will tell you.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's like you're interviewing me now.
Right, so that's tour number one. That's going to last about 15 to 17 minutes ballpark. I think that's a perfect one for that time of year. You're getting to enjoy all the Christmas lights. The other one we offer is like the Mac Daddy. We call it the best of Christmas lights. So it's going to be downtown, of course, as well as the Festival of Lights at the Zoo. We're going to go out to Clermont County, out to that drive-through display that is now at the fairgrounds. And we also swing up to Winterfest at Kings Island. So you're talking about a good 40 minutes up in the air of just pure thrill and enjoyment. And you're really soaking in everything that the city has to offer as far as Christmas light displays with your family, your friends. It's really a great time.
So besides the Christmas light tour, which obviously happens during the holiday season, what other tours do you offer? My favorite is when we're flying over the city at night. I know you do other like proposal tours, date nights. I'm sure there's others. Can you kind of hone in on that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, Amy. And for me personally, what I love the most is our downtown tours, our skyline tours, or our date flight tours. We also offer a date flight package that includes roses and chocolates, as well as a flight for two over downtown, nice romantic evening for your loved one. But basically, my favorite thing is going over downtown at night. If you can time it around sunset, that's just perfect. You get the best of everything. It's still light enough to make out everything on the ground. You've got the lights of the city coming up, so that beautiful illumination of the whole city coming to light. and you've got the bonus of the sunset in the western sky, so you can't really beat it. Those are the most premium spots for sure. If you can get one of those, that's what I would suggest for your first experience. Yeah, I mean, what more is there to say with that? That's pretty much my favorite one, my favorite time to fly as well. Over downtown, go around sunset, make it a night flight. It'll be beautiful.
Now, Cody, if somebody wants to book a flight, where can they go?
You can go on our website at CincinnatiHelicopters.com. There's also a number on there. You can give us a call, and I'll answer it for you. If you want to book like that day or something, I can tell you what times we have available or for your any future dates.
And for that phone number, I'll include that at the end. That way you can easily, watch it and write it down because you probably won't remember it by the time we get done at the end of this interview. Tours around Cincinnati are not the only things that you guys do. You guys also do special events where you offer shorter versions of your tours around the events. Now, we recently, did this in North Lake, and then, of course, at Freedom Fest in New Richmond and River Days in New Richmond. Can you kind of give a little bit more information on exactly what types of festivals, events that you do?
Yeah, absolutely, Amy. So we have become involved more so in doing these types of festivals in our region for the past year and a half, I would say. And we're getting more and more into that. As Amy mentioned, we've got Freedom Fest and River Days here local in New Richmond that we've done. We were down doing a poker run this 2 weekends ago down at Norris Lake in Tennessee. So I was doing some really cool flying with photographers and videographers, capturing great video and photos of these boats, high-speed power boats just running up and down the river. A lot of fun. And we also offer tours while we're there as well, just short tours of the lake. Sometimes maybe someone might want to go over their place. They might live on the lake, or maybe they've got a boat at the marina for the show, right, for the power run. So we, can be pretty much catering to where they want to go on the lake and check it out. That's a couple of the things that we've been doing. Another big event that we did this year was the Kentucky Derby Festival. So we were down there in Louisville, Kentucky for 9 days total, flying tours all along the river, of the Ohio River, of course, along the skyline of downtown Louisville, and just, giving the folks of the Louisville area a little taste of what we do back home in Cincinnati.
Now, I was down there with you and SITREP Foundation at Norris Lake. We had a great time, and you had the videographers and the photographers up there, and the doors were off. Like, what kind of safety measures were put in place? And also, it takes practice to do that, to make sure everybody on the water is safe, up at air is safe, all of that. Can you kind of go into detail about that?
Yeah, absolutely, Amy. That brings the point. A great question that, we do take some additional precautions when we're flying our photographers and our videographers up for these poker runs. So our photographer and our videographer that ride with us, they do wear life jackets. We're flying over the lake, open water, so we want to make sure that they've got that additional safety in place. Also, we're dealing with professionals. These guys shoot these poker runs all the time. I work with a couple of the top guys that I've met here in the past year doing these poker runs, and they are just all-time pros. They also, of course, will have lanyards around their necks with their very expensive videography and photography equipment. They don't want to lose that. Number one, it's expensive. Number two, it also brings the point, we're flying doors off to get these just premium shots. That's what we're there to do, is get the best shots that we possibly can. And, flying with the doors off, we don't want to lose anything, especially out of the left side of the helicopter, that could potentially hit the tail rotor and cause a very bad day very quickly if that were to take place. So we definitely take those additional precautions and make sure that safety is paramount when we're doing these poker runs.
I'll have to say, when I finally got to go up during Norris Lake, I've never flown without the doors on. You guys had me harnessed in there, and of course I had holding onto my phone to dear God, afraid it was going to fall in, but I knew it wasn't going to, because everything was harnessed in there. I felt like I was a kid at Kings Island riding the Beast for the first time, and I wanted to go again. So, what is your favorite thing to do when you do these type of events with the poker runs, power runs with the speedboats?
Another awesome question. She's got some bangers. So my favorite thing, actually, honestly, this is my favorite type of flying that I do, and we're getting more and more into the poker run space. I was actually just talking with a couple of board members for another poker run yesterday. Can't speak to which one yet. Details aren't finalized, but we should be adding one more at least for the rest of the year that should be right around the corner. Really, it's the most skillful, fun flying I do. So I'm having to get, the best, like I said, the best shots that we possibly can for these guys. They're paying some pretty good money to be at this event, to be a participant in their entry. And it's all for charity. These poker runs are all for charity, all go for great causes that they're behind. And I'm there to do the best job that I can to help that effort. The flying is just so fun, and like I said, it is very skillful flying. It's, we're just really honing in on maneuvering around to get the best shots that we possibly can for the photographers. So I'm moving different positions around the boat as I'm flying, and it is very skillful. We're maybe flying a bit sideways here for some of these shots, of course in a safe way, but we want to always keep safety at the forefront of our mind, when I'm doing these poker runs. But I gotta say, it's the most fun, and it just really hones my skills and showcases it. I'm not one to brag, very humble, but it does keep my skill set strong, I would say.
So not only do you guys offer tours at these events around Cincinnati, you have recently partnered with SITREP Foundation, a nonprofit that helps veterans, first responders, and their families. And one of the things that you guys kind of work together with is offering flights to veterans at no cost to kind of give them that freedom back to get out back on a helicopter, to experience it in a different light, like in a fun, enjoyable moment versus being deployed in that. How did that relationship began?
Amy, just speaking about our involvement with SITREP Foundation, an excellent nonprofit for veterans, started by veterans, a couple of close friends of ours, Chris and Jason, so that all came about. Basically, I had met Jason through talking in preparation for River Days Fest in New Richmond last year, and that led to some other opportunities, and being involved with SITREP is one of them, which Amy was speaking to. So our first event that we worked together was, I'm sure you remember, Deadlow. We were doing the Veterans Bus Tour, right? And we're stopping at different breweries, and Deadlow was one of the stops. So we were able to offer rides right there at Deadlow Brewery in the parking lot, a stone's throw from Lunken Airport, where we're based at. And we did river tours. We took several veterans up that day, just on a nice leisurely flight. It was November. It's nice changing of the leaves, that fall foliage. Love flying that time of year. Probably my favorite time of year to fly, honestly. And we were just able to get up over the river and experience that. And we took a lot of veterans up. I know that, speaking to veterans getting back in a helicopter again, it was a way for them to have a positive experience in a helicopter. Not all of them are. Not to say that there aren't any previously, but, in combat, and you're going to have some negative experiences, but this is a positive experience that we can offer that gets them back into a helicopter again and gives them that just good feeling, just positive vibes of being able to get in and just have a smile on their face. Like, that brings me joy. I know it brings Amy and Cody joy too when they see veterans get up and just, they're all thumbs up, all smiles when they get out of the helicopter, and that's, I mean, what a great feeling.
Not only like partnering with SITREP Foundation, doing the flights for veterans, you guys recently kind of worked together with emergency disaster response, along with Code 3 rescue, search and rescue. With that, how did that start? I know recently we had that tornado over there in Claremont County, that EF1 that touched down, and you guys were able to go up and kind of do a survey of all the damage to send to the Claremont County Emergency Management Agency and to local, news agencies. What was your reaction when you kind of saw the damage, and then from the, when you first, flew over, and then how do you think that in the future will help, areas like Claremont County, in the Cincinnati area for future, hopefully no more disasters. Yeah. We can't, say that's not going to happen in the future when another one does happen. How do you think that's going to help out in the future?
Yeah, Amy. So as she was just speaking on, recently Jason and I, we went up on an evaluation flight after the tornado touchdown in Claremont County, and we're able to evaluate a couple of areas, New Richmond, that had been impacted by this tornado. We got up for some aerial video and photos. We're able to just kind of scope it out and see, which, as Amy spoke to, was a great asset for the emergency relief to get eyes on what locations were impacted and how heavily they were impacted. That's something that we just recently started being involved with, and it's something that we're available to do. You never want that type of work to come your way, but it is good to be able to be involved with the rescue efforts and the damage evaluation efforts to try to get people back to normal, right? That's always a positive thing, and we're happy to be around for it. And we're here if that does come again.
Now, kind of butting up to that question, what kind of information can you provide for emergency management from the sky versus down on the ground?
As far as information, visually we're able to get eyes on the damage very close from that aerial perspective. Jason has some great resources as far as being able to track and pinpoint locations. That's a huge asset to us as well as we're figuring out where to go and what spots that were affected. So we can communicate that information back to the emergency management team. It's something I'm learning more about. We'll, continue to be available for that type of work. Fingers crossed, hopefully we don't have any more. You never want to see that, but if it does come to light, we're here to help.
Not only does their giving back stop with SITREP Foundation for veterans and first responder, that they also give back to Pink Ribbon Good by partnering with them. And Pink Ribbon Good is another amazing organization that helps women who are either going through breast cancer or any other gynecological cancers with their everyday needs. And as my family and our history of breast cancer and me being pre-vivor, how does this, how does this make you feel that you're able to give back, to these people who are battling something that, it puts them, kind of like obviously in a negative spot? How does giving back to them where they're able to go up and fly and enjoy something, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot to us. It's great to bring awareness against cancer out there. And through the Pink Ribbon Good group, they're a really good sponsorship. We love working with them. It's good to see these people get to fly around. It's nice to see a smiling face on somebody that's especially fighting through cancer, especially once they beat it. It's really good to take them up and have them enjoy their victory over it.
Awesome. And then you just recently did a beautiful flight, for someone. Can you kind of go into detail with that?
Yeah, Amy, absolutely. So recently did a trip down right after we finished Norris Lake down to the Lake Norman area in North Carolina. Got some great group of friends down there. And I was able to take up a woman, Pam, on a special sunset flight that we were able to actually capture on our social media. If you want to check that out, it is on there. But we were able to take her up on a beautiful sunset flight. Yeah, I was originally thinking about taking her over the lake, but that sunset, I was just like, it's in the western sky and it's just so gorgeous. We're going to fly towards that for a while and just enjoy ourselves. She has been battling breast cancer, and she's going through her treatments now, which, as you well know, Amy, is a struggle.
Yeah.
You've personally been affected by that, and it just brought such joy to me to be able to take her on that flight, for her to have a little bit of joy in her heart and something positive that was, something that it'll just hopefully stay with her for a long time and encourage her to keep going on her battle as she progresses forward and fights this fight. It's just something that we were able to do that it really means a lot to me, and I know it does Cody as well. We love being able to give back in those ways, and I know that Pam will just continue to have a bit of a smile in her heart from that flight, and hopefully that just encourages her to keep going and keep fighting the fight.
We had to change locations because there's a bunch of kids getting ready to play ball, so may the best team win. But anyways, thank you for sharing that story with us about Pam and riding into the sunset. I'm sure she thoroughly enjoyed that. The smile on her face was absolutely beautiful. And if you guys want to see that video, check it out on their Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Now, they not only just do tours online that you could book, the events where you can go to events and find them where they're doing tours. However, they kind of do pop-up spots, and they're doing one next weekend here at Bellevue Vets in Bellevue, Kentucky. And then Cody here is going to give us a little bit more information about that.
Yeah. So we're doing tours down here at the Bellevue Vets. We'll be down here on both Friday and Saturday of next weekend from about 2 till whenever anybody stops coming. Pretty much, we'll be here. We can fly at night. So. The tours last 6 minutes for $80, and we're right next to downtown, so we'll get you over there in about 20 seconds from leaving here. So it'll be really quick.
That is much better than the traffic that I just sat in.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So if anybody wants to book a helicopter tour, where can they go? Can they go on the website, call you?
Yep. Go on the website, call us, or we'll be down here taking cash also, day off.
Okay, a day off for that day. Hey guys, thank you for coming down here, talking to me about Cincinnati Helicopters, about what you do for the community, as your business as a whole, and then your event next weekend. And as he said, go to their website to book any of their tours, and then also to check out what they're about. Go check out their Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and your YouTube. Correct? Okay. And then thank you guys for watching and listening. And until next time, y'all go out there and be awesome.